Everyone, welcome back to Mama in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Louisiana chicken pasta. So I'm going to start off by showing you the ingredients. First thing you're going to need is about 1 cup of chicken broth, and then you're going to need 1 box of bow tie pasta, and you're going to need about 3 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, about 4 garlic cloves that are minced, and then half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, and this is optional, it does make it a little bit more spicy. And then over here I have 1 medium red onion that's diced, and then you're going to need 1 red pepper and 1 yellow pepper that are diced. And then you're going to need about 8 ounces of mushrooms. You can use more or less, however much you like. And then I have 1 1/4 pints of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, and you also need about 4 tablespoons of chopped fresh basil. Chicken, you're going to need 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and then you're also going to need about 3 to 4 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, about 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 cup of milk, and then you're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt and 6 of the chicken breast halves. So you're going to cut 3 chicken breasts in half, and I went ahead and pounded them to this thickness. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first step we're going to be doing is adding the butter to a pot, and you're going to go ahead and melt the butter. And once the butter melts, we're going to add the red pepper, yellow pepper, the red onions, and also the mushrooms. And then we're going to cook that all together for about 4 to 5 minutes. After cooking that for about 5 minutes, you're going to go ahead and add your minced garlic and the crushed red pepper, and you're going to mix those in together for about 2 minutes. After mixing in the garlic and red pepper for a few minutes, you're just going to go ahead and add the 1 cup of chicken broth and the 1 1/4 pints of heavy cream, and then you're going to let that come to a boil and let it simmer for about 6 minutes or until it thickens a little bit. Now you're just going to go ahead and add your 1 cup of Parmesan cheese and the 4 tablespoons of chopped basil, and then you're going to mix them together, and then we'll be adding the Cajun seasoning. After mixing in the Parmesan and the basil, you're just going to go ahead and add the 3 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of the salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm also going to be adding a dash of Sazon just for color. It just gives it a nice orange color, and then you're just going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes or until it gets to a thick consistency. After about 10 minutes of simmering, it got a little bit thick, but I wanted it to be thicker because I like my pasta to have like that thick sauce. So what I did is in a separate bowl, I just took out some of the sauce and I mixed in a little bit of cornstarch, like a teaspoon of cornstarch, and then I put it back into the pot, and then when you mix it in and let it mix in for a few minutes, it'll get thick like this. And I also added a dash of Sazon just to give it this nice color. And now I'm going to be cooking the pasta, so I went ahead and boiled some water, and I added a couple of tablespoons of canola oil, and you're going to add your pasta and cook it for about 12 minutes. Okay, so the pasta has been boiling for about 12 minutes, and now I'm going to go ahead and drain the water. I went ahead and drained my pasta, and now I'm going to let it cool down for a few minutes, and then I'll be adding it to the sauce. Once the pasta has cooled down a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and add it to the sauce. This is what the pasta should look like. You have to make sure it's well coated. And now I'm going to leave it on a very low heat while I make the chicken. Now we're going to go ahead and make the chicken. So you're going to be mixing in the Parmesan cheese with the panko breadcrumbs and about a tablespoon of the flour. And you're going to mix that in all together. And then we're going to be adding a teaspoon of salt. And I'll show you when we do that. Just going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to mix it in very well. So now what we're going to do is first you're going to go ahead and dip the chicken into the flour. And you want to make sure it's very well coated. And then we're going to be dipping it into the milk and then into the breadcrumb mixture. And when you dip it in the breadcrumb mixture, you want to make sure that you press the breadcrumbs into the chicken so that way it's very well coated. And then we'll be frying it. Went ahead and coated the chicken, and now I'm going to go ahead and fry it. So now you're just going to go ahead and fry the chicken for a few minutes on each side until it's completely cooked. And then you're just going to go ahead and cut the chicken into strips like this. I went ahead and plated my pasta, and I placed the chicken strips on top. And this is the final look of Louisiana chicken pasta. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.